Hello guys, in this tutorial, I'll try to show how to rig and animate a cloth, specifically the pants in Moho Pro 14 using bone dynamics for natural secondary motion. Briefly, you will learn how to set up cloth bones for pants, best bone placement for flexible cloth movement, bone dynamics settings, torque, spring, damping, weight. This video is for a beginner but can also serve for an advanced animator. I started by drawing a simple cable that will hold our cloth. Then, I designed a simple pants. For coloring the pants, I used gradient background. I selected both the pants and the cable, put them into a group called cloth. This will allow me to add bones. We add the main bone. This serves in the movement of the whole rig. Then we add the bone that control our pants. Finally, we add the pin bone. Each pin bone shall control the point or points we want to animate. This is very important for flexible cloth movement. Then we bind each point to the bone which will control it. The pin bones are binded to the area or points that will be animated. Here, I'm setting the pin bone to its point manually using the simple way. But there is a script called set one bone which do it automatically. You can maybe search for it since it facilitates the process. Then, from the bone which controls the pants, we add various bones heading to the pin bones. Since the cable layer is to be static, it is linked or binded to the main bone. Each pin bone is parented to the corresponding bone coming from the pants controller. We select the bones controlling the pin bones and hide them. This will allow us to see whether the pin bones are linked correctly to corresponding bones. In animation, we want the upper part of the pants to be static. So, to make this happen, we can bind its points to the main bone. Since the strength of the bones is too much, it can be difficult to animate our rig. Maybe we can reduce the strength. We first select the pin bones and hide them because they do not have any control on other bones as their strength is 0. Then we select other bones apart from the main one and then reduce the strength. The main bone should have the strength of 0. I think that the binding is perfect. We can proceed to the next activity: addend constraints and bone dynamics. I am using the constraint angle of 30, but you can experiment with different angle. I am going to use weight of 5, the torque of 1 for I want a slow movement, as well as the spring of 2 for a loose floppy motion, and the low damping of 2. By a simple explanation, the damping removes vibration, the spring controls how much the bone wants to return, and the torque is how strongly the bone tries to move. So, higher torque equals stronger reaction, low torque means slow movement, and high torque results in aggressive swing. For my case, I used an extremely low damping that keeps our pants moving from side to side. If you want that the pants stops naturally, use a high damping. After setting the bone dynamics, hit the play button and enjoy the animation. Hope you have learned something in this video. You can change the value of the bone dynamics main parameters and see what goes with your needs. You can experiment also with Orbit tool from Moho to adjust the view. I always say that as an artist, a person should never stop his creativity. Just try this and see the result. So, guys, if you have enjoyed this video or animation, rigging, and character setup tutorials in generality, subscribe and share for more advanced Moho workflows. Kindly comment and tell us what you think about this tutorial and suggest something new since I also like to learn.